My name is Sharon Lingbloom, and I'm a teacher in the Bellingham School District. I have taught in Bellingham for 32 years, mostly first grade and kindergarten during that time. So early childhood has been the area that I've been in. And it's been a pleasure to work in Bellingham and have the experiences that I've had. I've also really appreciated having junior achievement come into my classroom over the years. Well, ever since I was in second grade, I knew I wanted to be a second grade teacher. And I have been a second grade teacher, but mainly, like I said, first and kindergarten. I thought I wanted to be a second grade teacher. I went to school. I changed my mind like a lot of college kids several times, and I took a different path. I graduated, and the jobs in the path I chose were very scarce. And so after a brief stint of working in that field, I ended up getting a job in a school. So I ended up being a paraeducator. And it was very interesting that the moment I got into school and into that situation of working with kids and teaching them, it was so clear to me that this is where I was supposed to be all along. So while I chose education way back when I was 8 years old, it really took until I was about 22 for education to choose me. Getting into education is, the pathway to that is interesting because over my time doing education, it has changed several times. But the basic is that you definitely need a high school diploma. You move from there into college, getting your BA, getting your teacher certification, and then hopefully teaching. And while you are teaching, you have continuing education your entire teaching career. And so sometimes that seems like a lot, but it's always been really good education, especially because the field of teaching has changed so much. The way we teach and even the scope of teaching as we are meeting more and more basic needs of children, not just academic needs. So those things have changed, and we've learned more and more about how children learn. And so the continuing education we've had has been very important as we have evolved in this field. So that's been a really good thing. But sometimes it does seem a little heavy. And then, too, a lot of people go on to get master's degrees or even doctorates in the education field. Certainly the students do. They are my reward, and teaching them is a pleasure. But do not be fooled. It is hard work. Teaching is hard work, and I can only speak from someone who teaches early childhood or even at the elementary level. But in this area, in this field, we are teaching social emotional skills. We are teaching math, and we're teaching reading, and we're teaching writing, and we're teaching science and art, and we're just covering all of the bases. And so we have to know a lot about that at each of those discipline areas, and we have to work teaching all of those things. Teaching is hard work, but certainly the students are my reward. It's a pleasure to try to meet their needs and to work with them and to see their strengths and see the way they shine. It is also a lot of fun because they have quite a sense of humor and they do say the funniest things. Another motivation for me is my team. And this is not the case in every scenario for teachers, but in mine, it was very important that I work with a team. I felt very strongly about that. And I have a great first grade team at Silver Beach. All the first grade teachers, we work together. We collaborate all the time. We share ideas and we share the workload. We help each other out. We laugh together and we cry together. And we support each other in so many ways. So working as a team is incredibly valuable, and important for most of us. And you can gain so many things when you are working with other people and learning from them and sharing your strengths with them and gaining from theirs. So I have really loved that, and that has been a huge motivation for me. So a shout out to my wonderful team of first grade teachers at Silver Beach. Well, a great way to do that is sometimes there's mentor programs in your school where you can go into the schools and help. I've had some mentees from the high schools that have come and helped in my classroom a couple days a week, and they've learned a lot and learned if that's a path that they want to follow. You can certainly volunteer in classrooms, and also just following up with some of your old teachers if there's a grade level or age group that you're particularly interested in. Trying to observe in those classrooms and try to see those teachers and talk with them and just get a feel for what it's going to be like in this crazy field. One of the fun facts I thought about, people told me, and I tell people this all the time, you should write down those funny things your children, your students say, because you'll have a wonderful book at the end. And I always wished I did that, but I haven't done it. I have a few good stories in my head, but oh boy, if I had had a time to write those things down, that would have been really smart. Another fun fact, in my 32 years of teaching, I have taught over 1,000 students in Bellingham School District, and I am very proud of that fact and thankful that I've had that opportunity.